Howdy from California, more specifically in Ojai. I figured I'd just come on here and record a little vlog type thing, you know what I mean? Just like kind of get on here and just tell you what's going on, raw, unscripted, nothing really planned, just talking and just enjoying the sights and sound of the little backyard garden where I'm currently staying right now. Life is good. I can't deny that. It's interesting just flying to Ojai and just being here and just relaxing and just enjoying like the slow type of life that California has like on the West Coast compared to like the very fast-paced life that I'm used to like here on the East Coast of like the US where it comes to like Washington D.C. It's insane just like the two differences when it comes to just the slow life versus like the fast life, and it just makes me wonder like what type of life I'm gonna have like a couple of decades from now when I'm like all grown up, you know what I mean? Just like all grown up. I'm already 28, but I don't know. It just kind of makes you wonder sometimes like what type of life you really want, and like I'm spending time here with family here in Ojai, and their life is so different compared to mine. Like they love the slow life. They love the small town vibe where it's just like you know everyone, that you know your neighbors, you know like the people down the street. You go for a drive like hiking in like the Los Padres National Forest, which is like an hour just like, into the mountains like back here, and you're just enjoying life, hiking, fishing, all sorts of stuff. And then in DC, it's the complete opposite for me, where it's literally just like I don't know. It's like I'm going to embassy events, I'm going to cultural events. I'm always stressed about like, where to take the YouTube channel, and like I'm constantly doing stuff, and it's just completely different. You know what I mean? But life is good right now. In terms of a general life update, nothing really planned for this video. I just wanted to experiment with like another, I don't know, just like no, nothing scripted, just like telling y'all like what's going on and how I'm doing and stuff like that. Look at me like I'm some big shot YouTube celebrity, and I'm just recording daily life over here. It's good. Over the past couple of days, I've only been here I think for about a week so far, and the time just like flies on by. But we've done a lot of adventures and just like having fun. Obviously dealing with some family stuff at the same time, which is like never easy. And then just enjoying life, the slow life, and just kind of going where it takes you. You know what I mean? It's like it's been fun, just like hanging out with family, just kind of enjoying what life ought to be versus like what it currently is. And Ojai is such a different place. So for those of you who don't know, like Ojai, California, right now is where I'm at, and it's where Johnny Cash used to live, like the famous country singer. And I believe he owned a house in Ojai, which is funny. And then it got sold in 2022, which is very interesting. And it's just very different, like over here. It's funny because like it almost feels like the country, but it's still a town. And like Los Angeles is about like an hour south. I want to say an hour south from like Ojai, which is like where it's at. But you probably can hear the wind like blowing right now, and just kind of relaxing. The dog is just kind of playing around and just enjoying herself and stuff like that. It's a cute little town. It's got like a very small population. I think it's only got like, I searched it up the other day when I was talking with family about the population of DC versus Ojai. DC has like 700,000 people, I think, maybe a little bit more. It's like not that big. And Ojai has like 7,000, which is like the exact opposite, which is funny. It's like a very small town, and it's like nestled in like a valley, the Ojai Valley, and you have to drive, not too far, but quite. It's not exactly like it's out of the way, you know what I mean? Which is like why a lot of people like love to live here and just like relax and stuff like that. And life here is like very small, definitely like a very small town vibe. So where we're at right now is in Oakview, which is like a suburban area of Ojai, and then downtown Ojai is like a little bit more of a city type vibe, but still small in many respects. Like for example, over the weekend, I went exploring with some family members, and we just kind of like, we stopped by the museum, which is pretty cool. I like filmed kind of a walking tour of Ojai, similar to what I do in like DC, and it was literally a couple of blocks. I was kind of surprised. There was Bart's Bookstore, which is like the outdoors. It's like well known for like being an outdoor bookstore library type venue. And then We went to the museum, which was closed. It used to be a former church. There's the Ojai bell tower, and then just some like stores that are very boutique style. You know what I mean? Like I uploaded a YouTube short which was called I think it was called Fig, and it stands for like Fig Curated Living. It's like a brand that focuses on like wellness living, and they've got like a bunch of different home decor like type things, from like octopus style vases to like hanging ornaments like wind chimes. It was really cute. It was like walking into like a Disney film store or a Disney bookstore, you know what I mean? Like a Disney tale. Oh, what's up? This is like the dog we're staying. This is the dog that lives over here and stuff like that. She's cute. Her name's Zara. And she's an attention seeker too. And it's just a cute little boutique store that I posted a YouTube short about. But it just felt different compared to like a lot of the DC stores that are like, like major brands like Lululemon, or I don't know, what else, Armani, like the major brands that are luxury style. And then you come to Ojai and it's all boutique. You know what I mean? Like boutique, small little stores, really cute. There was a coffee store that we went to as well. It had some like hanging paintings, you know what I mean? Just like, it was really cute. And that's like the general like vibe of like Ojai. It's like, it's a country style town, you know what I mean? It's like, it reminds me, it feels like Nashville, Tennessee a lot, which is like very interesting. And it's got that same type of energy, same type of small town vibe. It's nice. It's like a different pace, change of pace at least, from DC. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so used to like running everywhere and just like constantly like going to the next event, and then now I'm just kind of chilling, spending time with family, which is the most important in the world because that's all you got. And at the same time relaxing, taking care of family stuff, and then also occasionally filming a YouTube video just for the hell of it. Why not? You know what I mean? But it's cool. The West Coast versus the East Coast, it's interesting, and you're probably hearing a truck in the background, so I'll wait until it passes. Good old trash truck. That's what I mean by unscripted. It's just basically me just yabbering on like in front of the camera. It's interesting because I was gonna make a video about the West Coast versus the East Coast and like my living experience, but I might as well just, I don't know, talk about it for a bit like over here. So I lived for about 7 years in California, not specifically in Ojai, but in Santa Barbara, which is like right down the road. Ventura, that type of thing. And I spent a year in Ojai just, living with family and stuff like that. And the West Coast is well known for, surfing and hiking and a lot of like outdoorsy type of activities. And I think from my experience, the West Coast has like a slower pace of life. You know what I mean? Like I think people live more in the moment in California, which is very interesting. And then on the East Coast, in DC, and also in Maine, because that's in the Northeast as well. Maine is kind of a special case because like it's more rural and like definitely more slower pace compared to New York and DC. But on the East Coast, like in DC, it's the exact opposite. It's like it's very fast paced. Everyone's on edge because it's like a city type of environment. Yeah, we've got issues like every major city, like crime and all that stuff. But I don't know, all the towns, like all the major cities now, like LA, New York, DC, they all have, they just have crime issues, but that's the way it is. And it's like very fast paced. Everyone's on edge. People are like constantly like looking to the future. I think the trash truck is like coming back. It's like purring like a cat, just like literally over there. That's trippy. And like everyone's on edge, and like they're always focusing on like what's next, like what's the future. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's two different modes of living. Like you have a slower pace of life on the West Coast, which is more about living in the moment. Hang on. It's coming back, that's why. Trash truck. Yeah, it's like literally like right over there. And of course it's gonna stop right in front of the gut. Okay, it's gonna stop right in front of the community center. That's funny. I'll go back inside because like it's like way too noisy for that. The camera, I'm using like my action camera to film like this little vlog, you know what I mean, that like I'm currently doing. And it's like completely unscripted, but yeah, it's just, I feel like on the West Coast, It's different. It's just, it's incredible. And of course, it passes by. Unbelievable. I like move. I move my. I go from outside to inside because of that freaking trash truck being a nuisance with the noise. And then, and it moves. Even the dog's looking at me like really funny. I'll go back outside. But like I was saying previously, to me, it feels like the West Coast. The West Coast just has a slower mode of living. People learn to live in the moment. I think maybe a little bit more. Perhaps like it's more of an exception if you live in LA. I don't know. I lived in Long Beach for a bit as well, but it just, I don't know. It just feels different. You know what I mean? Like everyone's got their own personal experience and perspective. Maybe it's just me. Like Santa Barbara, Ojai, Ventura. Maybe people live in the moments more just there, right? And then on like the East Coast, in DC, like everyone's on edge. They're always running. You know what I mean? Like I'm that way like a lot when I'm going to like different embassy events and cultural events, and it's just like very interesting. It's just different ways of living, different ways of looking at things. Both are good. Neither is good. Neither is bad. You know what I mean? It depends on like what you want out of life. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I have another couple of days here in Ojai. I'll be shifting locations to Westlake pretty soon because I have family that live there, spending some time there, taking care of family stuff while I'm still here. And then before you know it, I'm back in DC again, which is crazy. When you think about it, it's amazing to me. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier this morning, considering this is just like a random vlog that I just wanted to film. It's amazing when you're at work and you're working a job that you don't necessarily enjoy too much, and you have to do it because like you have to pay bills and stuff like that. It's like you curse the time with how slow it goes, right? And then once you're not at work anymore, on the weekend, on vacation, like whatever, the time goes by so exponentially fast, and you're just like, how does it work that way? You know what I mean? It's just like, how does it work that way? Like maybe it's just the way that we perceive things, like, and time is funny too. Like we're in July already. Like today is, I think, July 10th or something, like when I'm filming this video randomly on my like backyard here in like Ojai. And it's just like we're already done with half the year, and before you know it, it'll be like August, and then like the election is in November here in the US. Everyone's worried about that. You know what I mean? And then like 2024 is over, and then we go into next year. It's just kind of crazy. But anyway, whatever works. I'm just kind of rambling on at this point. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the schedule with things like here in Ojai. I'll be back in DC. On the YouTube channel, you're probably just going to see like, it's incredibly interesting because like in terms of like a schedule and stuff like that, like I upload videos like every week. I try to do 2 videos a week if I can, just to stay consistent, but it can vary wildly from like travel content to like random vlogs that like pop up every now and then to educational content. Y'all seem to like the travel content a lot more, so like I'll try to upload all the Ojai stuff that we did. But it's interesting because like I'll shift back to DC, but you'll still see content about Ojai for the next like couple of weeks, just because like I try to post twice a week if I can. So it's just funny. There's like a, what do you call it, a backlog or whatever. But yeah, man, life is good. Can't complain. I'm glad I was able to come out here and spend time with family. That's the most important thing. And just relax, because I'm so used to like being so constantly stressed out with just life and just bills and like what my career is going to be. And just being able to come out here, just relax with family and just take it easy for a while. Like that's nice. Not everyone has that. And I think it's important to kind of like, live in the moment, like we were saying before with like the West Coast stuff. And then once you got to go back, you got to go back. But then you look forward to the next vacation, Got some big plans for Labor Day weekend. I want to head up like to Hudson Valley, upstate New York, I think that is. Just for a bit, just for a mini vacation or a staycation. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next thing. It's funny because like it's a mix of both. It's like I'm chilling in the moment here on the West Coast, but I'm also thinking about what's going to happen once I go back to DC, and then also like what my next vacation is. So it's just kind of funny. But yeah, learn to live in the moment if you take anything from this vlog. And I hope you're doing well, no matter where you are. Just figured I'd check in randomly, just experimenting with the camera as well. And yeah, I just hope you're doing well, no matter where you are in the world. And I'll see you later.
Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. See you around.